Recording is also started. Okay, so yeah, so last week we started our JavaScript, and we had done some of the questions over there with the JavaScript, and we had done, like, some of the interesting stuff. That was quite an interesting stuff that we have done. Okay, so we talked about the arrow functions, and then we started talking about some of the corollaries, some of the things of the function, and we literally came up on with this find matches or something, and we saw that we can have these kind of functions that we can run on. And today, what we are starting in JavaScript is something very interesting, and this will be our week 6. So I'll create a folder called week 6. Sorry, I'll create a folder called week 6. And again, I'll create a folder called notes, like file called notes.txt. And this will be our week 6 notes. All right, so today we are starting objects and object-oriented programming in JavaScript. Now, if I ask a quick question, I know you guys have studied C++, and you are familiar with the concept of Java, object-oriented programming. And why? Because you guys have studied C++. So you know about the polymorphism, you know about the inheritance, and you know about the encapsulation. Is that right? Can I have a quick response from everyone? You guys have studied all these concepts. Wonderful. Now, today we will see that how some of the object-oriented concepts are implemented in JavaScript, which we do in the JavaScript, right? So now what we are doing is that I would like to just explain to you a very interesting concept that you might or might not be familiar with. So up till now, what we do is that we create, and by the way, let's start from this one. You remember in C language, you used to have something like this: const char name1 31 is equal to, for example, my name is so and so, something like that. So you remember that in C language or C++, that there was no string data type. Rather, the string used to be an array of characters. Atulya, do you guys remember that one? In C++ and in C, in fact, and not C++, in C, there was no string data type. And they used to create a string like this, a collection of characters and things like that. Now, when we used to create those functions, or maybe using this, for example, in C language, if you create str of for example 30 characters, for example, you have something like this. Do you guys remember that there were certain functions that you used to use them? And what was them? One of them was strlen, string length. Do you guys remember that string length? It was in C language. Find the length of the string. There was strcpy, if you have used that. Str2 and str, just copy this string over there. And then strcmp to compare two strings. You remember str, you compared like that. Strcat, the concatenation, str and concatenate into dot 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 whatever with another string, like that. So C language had these kind of methods. They were explicit methods. They used to come from out of the world. Like, out of the world means they were not something part of a string data type or something. Now, JavaScript is quite different. JavaScript is very different, and JavaScript has a very interesting and intriguing way of defining the strings. You can simply define a string like this. Let str is equal to hello. And all the functions that you remember, they used to come from the outside world: strlen, strcpy, and all those rest of the functions. In JavaScript, when we define a string like this, these functions become automatically the part of that one. What does that mean? I can say let count is equal to str dot length. Are you guys getting that one? Str dot length. I can just simply calculate string length. I can say, for example, str dot cmp. What I'm trying to say over here, and I pass an str2, same thing over here. If I say str is equal to str dot concatenate or cat, and I can just concatenate with like that. What I'm trying to say over here, the object data type in JavaScript makes it possible that the string that you define in JavaScript like this, and not to tell you, a string in JavaScript can be defined simply like this, or it can be defined like this, str2 is equal to new string hello world. Are you guys getting that one? These are the two ways of defining the string. Either way we define a string, they get a lot of methods or a lot of properties inside themselves that do not come from the out of the world, rather they come from the string itself. Are you guys understanding that what I'm trying to, the point I'm trying to make over here? That actually, if I show you in JavaScript, it is the default behavior or default nature of your JavaScript to have that one. So for example, if I show you, I can define a string like this, str equal to hello, for example. Now, I don't need to call from outside of the world something. Rather, if I say str.length, I can str.length. If I calculate this one, it will just give me the length of this. I can say str dot, as I say, cmp or compare, or there are concat. Concat, it's not cat, for example. So if I say and this I say world, if I do that, you see hello world has been concatenated. Or a string, as I told you, a string can be defined as like this, str1 is equal to new string world, for example. And now this is again the same string. The interesting part is when I define a string like this or like that, even that, I get a lot of methods and properties inside the string by itself. Do you see that? First of all, string as C language, it is also a string is basically collection of characters. It's an array of collection. At 0 location, there is W, there's 1 location, there is O, and like that. Are you guys getting that one? So string. Other than that, there are a lot of prototype methods and properties that come up with a string. Look at that, how many properties are here. Do you see that? And there are lots of other things that we'll just talk about. But if I just show you, if I want to make str1.to uppercase, look at that, how easy it is. Just I do that and it just converts that str1 into the upper string. Are you guys getting that one? So this is the way to define a string in JavaScript. And when a string is defined, there are lots of functions that come up with a string. And I can say str1, for example, str1 dot char at character at. For example, I say character at 3. What is character at 3? It says L. If I say character at 0, what is the character at 0? It's a world, W, because it was world character, world. So str1 is world. Are you guys getting that one? So I can find out some characters. I can say, for example, str1 dot includes. Does it include the letter X? No, it says false. Does it starts with str1 starts with this function starts with, for example, I say W. Does it starts with W? It says yes. Does it starts with O? No, false. Varun and Nitik, are you guys understanding what I'm trying to make point here? That there are lots of functions because string is an object in JavaScript. So it actually comes up with all these functions that we can use, and we can make the use of these. So very interestingly, we can just make use of those functions. So today I want to tell you about this one. Like let me give you one more example of, for example, slice. If I say 2,3, slice this string with 2,3. So from the word, from the space 2, it is just trying to find it. It has just 2 to 3. It has just spliced that string. I could say 2 to 5, splice it 2 to 5. So it says RLD. Interesting. I can say str1 dot split the string, for example, with O. With O character, split the string. If I split the string, this is very important, and I want you to remember this function. If you guys do not know, split function takes a character and takes a string and converts that string into an array of individual characters broken on the basis of the letter that you have given over here. How many of you understood that? Can I have a thumbs up from everyone? I said O, so it breaks it down from O, the world, and W is one array value. And this. So again, what split does, I would like to write this. Split method literally splits the given string into an array. It splits that out into an array. And again, as you guys might have used that before, but again, this is how. And one more thing, and I like to tell you, if we have an array, for example, I have an array 1, 2, 3, and there is a method of strings. If I use that, if I say join them with X, for example, it is just the reverse of that one. The join method converts an array to a string like 1x, 2x, 3. Are you guys getting that one? Splits the given string into an array, and join converts a string into, converts an array into a string by using the provided character. Now I have a quick question. Did you guys already know about this split and join methods already before? Have you guys heard about them and used them before in the strings? Split and join? Okay, Nitik says yes. Okay, yes, listen, Nitik, when I ask a question that have you used this split and join, it means, Nitik, what I'm asking, was that discussed as a topic in our last classes? Maybe Ankit missed that, but was that discussed in the language, like, in the previous courses? So someone says no, it was not discussed. So if you have personally used that, Nitik, I might not want that feedback here. You know what I mean? Because, I want to take class where what have been taught before this class. So if you guys, as a general, in the class, it was not discussed. So it's something that I would definitely put my some time on that one. I think you got my point. It's for everyone, yeah, right? So I want you to remember this very important thing. Split actually does what? On the basis of some character, it just split. Let me tell you another very interesting. This is a sentence. This is a sentence dot. Split this with a space. Look at that. If I say split this with a space, look at that. I get an array where I get separately, every word is separately field of this array. I get an array. Are you guys getting that one? Now, how about this one? Let X is equal to, this is a sentence, split it with space and store it in X. So I have X array, which has these things. Now, if I just do the reverse, if I say X dot join and I place a space here, are you guys understanding? I'll get back my sentence. This is a sentence in a proper form because this is line converted a string into an array of X, 4 values, and this line dot join converts a string into converts an array back into a string by using this given provided array. Ankit, do you understand split and join a little? Because I'll use that in our example. Don't worry. Today I'll use that in example, and you will definitely are going to enjoy that one. Thank you, Ankit. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, that's interesting. One more thing that I would like to discuss, how arrays behaves in Java or JavaScript. Arrays in JavaScript, because they are little different. And again, I would like to ask some questions, Nitik, over here as well. And again, I would like to know that do you guys know about those methods or not, but just wait with me. Arrays can also be created by using 2 ways. Let ARR is equal to simply 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, right? This is array. Or array can be created like this. ARR1 is equal to new array, and now rounded brackets, I'd say 3, 4, 5, whatever. These two are the arrays, and I'll write that over here in REPL because REPL gives the good sense of that. Let ARR is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. I have an array. If I write ARR, I get this array. Wonderful. I can write an array. ARR1 is equal to new array, and parenthesis, I would write some values, whatever. And I say that ARR1 is an array. So we have got two arrays over here. I can define array both this way or that way. And I'm not going into the details of indexing of an array. I know you guys know this very well. What is index? What is zero index? What is... There is interesting fact about arrays here. In JavaScript, if I can write an array like this, you might be surprised to see. Because C language treats strictly array like not like this. C language says the definition of an array in C language we study first time is that it has to have an homogeneous data element. Look at that, what I'm doing. I'm storing a true, a string, and a zero over here. And if I hit enter, listen, this is a proper list, proper array over here. Look at that. It says 0, 1 is a string, 2 is a string, and true is a Boolean value. So JavaScript array can contain mixed types of values. Ankit, do you think this is a new feature in JavaScript? Because C language does not allow that. Even C++ does not. Now C# has that facility, in some ways or others. And you might be studying that in the C# right now. But living in C and C++, as far as my knowledge is concerned, because I've not worked in C++ for last few versions, but I remember that C and C++ will never allow us to have an array like that. That has a number, that has two strings, that has two. But yes, I know about C#. C# has this facility, and we can just, do that. Anyhow, let's go that. I can define an empty array as well. I can say this is an array. Wonderful. And I can just, write or work with that array. And that's not a problem. I can have this array. Now, one example I would like to talk about. Let numbers is equal to, just for the purpose of practice, I'm just telling you, 12, 120, 123, whatever. This is a numbers array with me. If I ask you, how can I know the first number out of this? You know that I write numbers of 0. The first number is this one. Make sense? First number. What is first number? Sorry. First number is 50. How can I calculate last number? Anyone? This is something you should know. How can I find a last number over here in the square brackets? Anyone? I would be happy to get the answer. What should I write here? 2. No, it's not 2 because you don't know how many arrays length are. So yes, you're right. It would be in JavaScript. I can calculate it very easily. Numbers dot length minus 1. Array dot length. Yes, you're right. So it's the last number. So last number can be calculated like this. Never say 2 because I know that it's 0, 1, 2, but who knows this array is of millions of values. Ankit, are you getting that one? This is quite a good thing. You replied that. I'm really happy about that. But now I'm about to tell you something new about arrays. Maybe that might be new for you. And tell me if that is new for you. If I have an array called let position, for example, I am taking, for example, this is Conestoga's campus, let latitude and longitude, for example, minus 80 point, whatever. These are the longitude and latitude positions of campus, Conestoga campus. I can find out both of the values like this. I can say position latitude is equal to position of 0. Makes sense, everyone? And let longitude is equal to position of 1. No big deal. You know about this. I can separate them out like this. Everyone understand that one? Tell me how many of you know this method, which I'm writing now. Let square bracket, let comma, lng is equal to position. How many of you know this method? If you know already this method, you can write a yes. If you don't know, write a no in the chat window. This is called no. Okay. So this might be a new thing for you. And again, Dhutiman knows that. Wonderful. Dhutiman, do you know what do we call this method? I will be happy to know the name as well, Dhutiman. Yeah, generally, technically, what you will call this one when you take out array values like this. Wonderful, wonderful. It is called destructuring. Structuring. Wonderful, Jyoti man. That's wonderful. It is called destructuring. This is very interesting and important thing. In JavaScript, we'll be using that a lot. So again, those people who did not know that, and I'm expecting that you might know that. We can take out the values of array. It is called destructuring of the values. You take the array and you put square brackets over here, and whatever values are there, you can always bring them over here. And don't worry about that. I will give you a very nice example of that one. But do you guys understand this destructuring? What we do, we give two names over here and we just name the array. So automatically these two values will be, let will now store the first value, lng will store the last value. Can I have a yes from those who are writing a no? Do you guys understand what's going on? We just name the array and we put the square brackets over here and it comes back over here. That's wonderful. I will give you a very nice example over here because it might not make a little sense to you. Look at that. I'll give you example over here and then I'll write it over here. We have a date string. We have a date string. For example, today's date. I will take. So today's date is 13 February 2024. 2024. Right? We have a date string. Look at that, what I'm doing. Let day, comma, month, comma, year is equal to date string dot split with forward slash. I'm just giving you practice of two things together. Take the date string, split it with forward slash. Oh, I've written down applet. Split it with the forward slash. You will get three values. Destructure those three values. Day in the first value, month in the second value, and year in the third value. Rukma, did you guys really understood this concept? Now, if I just console.log something, console.log. If I console.log and I say use the backticks, remember the backticks? You guys know backticks. The day is $day today. Month is $month. And year is $dollar year. And now I'll use the backticks again to close that one. Now close the console.logx and now look at the output. The day is 13, month is 2, and year is 2024. Ankit, did you get that one? This is quite an interesting thing. It's a very practical example how destructuring might work. You split the date like this and store first value in the day, second value in the month, and the third value in that one. Do you guys need one more example? I'll copy this one for, let's see if I can successfully copy this in the notes for you. Oh yeah, that's good. It is in the notes. And again, just this is the last one is the output. So that's why it is just showing that one. But anyhow, you can understand that one, right? Now, why not let's write an example and let's do another example. And hopefully you will like that one. Let email address is equal to allansmith@gmail.com, single quotation. It's a string, right? So email address is there. Now see here. Let square bracket username, comma, domain name. And I should have used, this is my bad. I'll definitely use the camel casing. Domain name, extract out two values. And how to take email address and split that. Split what? Split with what? Anyone?
@
At the rate. Wonderful. If I just split that with the at the rate, again applet. It should be split. Split that with at the rate. Look at that. Now, if I ask you, what is username? Alan Smith. What is domain name? Look at that, gmail.com. I really hope that you got this example because I've given you real world examples where practically you can use this restructuring in the way. Split the email. There will be two values come out. First value should come over. Now, a corollary to this is very interesting. If I just write username. Do you guys know what will happen if I just do that? So I get the username, but of course now maybe hopefully it does not have, it has the previous stored. But do you guys know? I'll just make it for the another example. So let's take an email address over here so that we get a new thing. If I say Norman@conestoga.com, just strong one. Norman@conestoga.com. If I do something like this corollary, look at the corollary. So I get the username here, but do I get the domain name over here? Because it's conestoga.com, it's coming from the domain name. What does that mean? I can leave out a value. I can just use one value as well. And what about this one? If I want to leave out the first value and just take the second value out of it. So I'll put the comma and I'll say domain name. Look at that. If you guys understand that one. Oh, sorry, I hit Control S. If I just do that, look at that. Now I've got domain name over here. And look at that. It is conestoga.com. Can I have a yes from everyone? Do you guys understand? I'm just telling you a very interesting thing. If you put a comma, it will just store like, the second value. Is after splitting the second value come over here, the first one. This destructuring. I hope Shriyam, this destructuring is clear to you. It's a very interesting fact, because in JavaScript, we'll be using that a lot. Wonderful. Can I copy this all and write that in the notes so that you can have a look at that in the notes? Oh, it is making messy, but again, just that we have done that, so you will have the recording of that one as well. So you will just show that one. Okay, so after that, having those examples, we are talking about the array. We are still talking about the arrays. We're talking about the destructuring. Now I'll talk about something called array properties and method. What are the properties and methods of arrays? Because array is also an object data type. So what are that? So one of them is length, very popular, array.length. Here comes the method, array.push. Do you guys know this method push? Anyone? And array.pop. After Shriyam's that. If you guys have studied that one, I'm asking if you have studied that arrays.push and array.pop. Again, this is, I think, something related to most to JavaScript, because it's not that. You're guys getting that? Dhutiman says yes. Dhutiman, did you study that as a topic? Push to add character in array and pop to remove. Exactly. Now in JavaScript, you're right. In JavaScript, what will happen? Let's say let name is equal to nothing. It's an empty one, and I say name.push. And for example, I add Ankit. I just see the last name. I say name.push Ankit, and I say name.push the last name Shriyam as well. Dhutiman, your spelling is very difficult, so I'm avoiding you. Okay, Shriyam. So if I just do that, now look at that. I have just pushed two values, and if I just hit name, so I have got two values stored over there. Push is for pushing the values. And why is pop? If I say name.pop, look at that. I get Shriyam out of it. And if I print name, I have only Ankit inside that. If I again pop name.pop, and if I hit, you see Ankit is also gone. And if I say name is an empty array now. Priyank, are you getting that one? Priyank Hasmukh Patel. If I can say right then. Right. So it's basically doing what? Push is for pushing the element. Pop is for deleting the element. Now, these two methods, you might know that, but there is an interesting fact. Let me see that name is empty, and I say name.push, and I push, for example, Priyank, because Priyank is not replying. Unless Priyank will reply, I'll just keep on naming him Priyank, and let's take one more name.push. And Niral Kumar. I've not heard anything from Niral Kumar as well, I think, if I missed out. So let's see if these guys come up. So name. Okay. So Priyank, you are there. So Priyank, I do not see any chat message from you.
Yes, I'm.
So Priyank, I would like to have some chat messages from you as well.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, I don't know what you are saying, because it looks like some background noise and I do not hear what you said. Can you write that in the chat window rather than speaking, because there's some background noise. Anyhow, so we have got this one. Now, when I add a new name, you know that this name is always adding at the end. If I add my name, Norman, it is going to the end. Look at that. Is there a way that I can insert something in the beginning before Priyank? Yes. The method is called unshift. If I write, for example, Atik, my last name, if I just put that and if I hit enter, look at that. Name. Did you guys understood this unshift method? So push, insert at the end, and now array.unshift, insert at the beginning. Again, was that method known to you guys? Unshift will insert at the beginning. So if I just get this, so look at that name. Name is right now this. If I say name dot unshift and I say Netik, for example, look at that. It will always come in the beginning. Netik, Atik, Priyank, Nirmal Kumar, Naman, right? And is there a method to remove from the beginning? Because pop always removes from the end. If I say name.pop, Noman will be popped out from this one. Yes. So now if I write name, you see Noman is not there. If I say name.shift, just shift, no, nothing else. You see Netik will be out now. Netik is out. And I can say name.shift. If I just do that, hit enter, and I see Atik is also gone. And now if I just see, we have just Priyank and Nirmal Kumar. Udit and Darshan. Do you guys understand that one? I'm just calling randomly some names, right? Udit and Darshan, do you understand? And I've not heard anything from Priyank till now. Seeking, thank you very much, Seeking. Okay, so these are the methods that we use. And interestingly, these are the methods. These are the methods that alter the array. Methods that alter the array. There are certain methods that do not alter, and I'll write array.shift as well. And you know that, I'm not writing their purpose because you know that. And there are some methods that do not alter the original array. There are certain methods that will not alter. And what are those methods? I'm just telling you. arr.concat. If I say 4, 5, and I concatenate it with 6, for example. So 4, 5 will not be changed. It will return a new array, returns a new array with original array joined together with other arrays or values provided. Now I'll tell you, what does that mean? So I have this, let me just write that. I have just name right now, Priyank and Nirmal Kumar. Okay, Priyank, thank you. Priyank and Nirmal Kumar. Now, if I say name dot concat, right? If I say name dot concat, and in the bracket, I write, for example, I give some values and I say Naman. Look at that. Naman has been added to this one, but if I write name, look at that, name is not updated. Nirmal Kumar, are you getting that one? It just adds that, concatenates that, but it does not changes or alters the original array. Original array is still the same. If I want to make the change in original array, I'll have to do that. Name is equal to name dot concat. Now if I concat my last name, Atik, you will see that now name is updated. Make sense? So it does not there. And there are other methods. Name dot includes. I want to check. Does it include Atik? Yes. Right? I can check the and does not change this array. Name dot index of. I want to check index of a particular thing. What is the index of Atik in that one? 2. You guys understand that one? 2, 0, 1, 2. Atik is 2. And again, the one that I told you, name dot join. If I say name dot join and join it with \n, interesting. Join this array with new line. So look at that. It is just right now showing \n, and actually when you will run that one, and it will just show you that it will go to the new line, the new line, not Priyank, the new line. And again, it has just made a string. If you pass this string to Windows, your \n will be replaced with that one. Are you guys getting that one? Okay, that's wonderful. Now let's move forward. And I've not created a script file for today. Why not let's create a script as well for the week 6. And it will be called a script. This section is section 3, right? Script 3. .js. Right? So it's script3.js. Now, I would like to make a program and I would like to discuss that program with you guys because I would be telling you now what are the methods for iterating an array. I'll just show you. Methods for iterating across elements in an array. There are different methods to, to run through the values of an array. I'll give you an example. Let's come here. So let me say that let list is equal to, let's create a list 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 values in the array. I'm writing the program right now. Let list copy. I want to create a copy of that one. And this is empty. So what I want, I would run through each value of this list and I will create a new copy by applying some operation to the list. So first way, version 1 using for loop. We have for loop for that and I can do that. Let's see that. For let I is equal to 0, I less than list dot length, I plus plus. You guys know that what I'm doing? Let element is equal to, I'm intentionally taking out the element from list. List of I, take out each element and store that in element. Element plus equal to 3, add 3 to that, and list copy dot push element. Do you guys understand what is happening? If I console, list copy, if I console that list copy, right? And why not? Why not? Let's create an index.js and I connect it because, I want to see the output over here. You know what I mean? I don't want to see the output on the console. Rather, now I want to see the output over here. And you know that what I'll do, I'll just connect it with the script src slash script3.js, right? I want to connect it over here. I've just connected over here. And if I run this file, you know what I've done? I hope you guys know. I just want to save myself from looking at the console over there. Rather, I want to run the console over here and see. So let's go to the console over here. Console. And look at that. It says that what is that? It is showing 4 array. And look at that. What are the values? The values are 4, 5, 6, and 7. Make sense, everyone? Now, why it is happening? It runs the for loop. It takes each element, saves it in one element. It adds 3 to that element and pushes the new element in the list copy. So in the process, in the end, list copy gets 4 values, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 added to each value. Can I have a yes in the chat window if everyone understand that? Because this is very important. Because after for loop, I'll go for the other loops. I want you to understand that one. Wonderful. Now, this was the version 1 by using the for loop. Can I do the same by using the for each loop? Yes. So version 2, using for each. So this is another way of doing that. And you guys know the for each, you would have done that for each before. So list copy is empty right now, it's consoling the list copy over there. Now, what I can do, I can say, for example, take the list and for each value of list, run a function over here. By taking one element at a time and pushing in list copy, the element added 3. Do you guys understand what is going on? It is again showing me an array, 4 values, and exactly the same thing. But do you see that now I'm using the for each? I hope you guys understand this one. For each accepts and function and applies something, and it just pushes that one. Now, allow me to do something. if I take away function keyword and I put an arrow, because this is not returning, so I will just keep that one. If I just make it a arrow function, is everyone good with this one, Priyan? I've just converted that to the arrow function. So element, take the list, take one value out of time, store this in element, and push the element +3 in the list copy, which is the newer version. Are you guys getting that one? This is called for each loop. For each. Again, I think you would have used this for each before with the collection.for each, collection.for each. Have you guys used that collection for each? Like for each loop, you guys have used that before? In C plus or C sharp or somewhere, have you used that for each method, for each structure? I'm not getting any reply. Okay, Netik says yes. And rest are unsure, or they don't want to say anything. Okay, you have wonderful, wonderful. Now here comes another method that I don't know if you guys have used that or not. Version 3. Version 3 is by using map function. Map function. Map is a very, very interesting and important function. I would like you to. Now, to use the map function, I would even comment out this line. List copy. Why? Look at that. The whole code will be in one line only. Let list copy equal to take the list, apply a map function over here. Map takes a function, will take one element at a time, and it will return element +3. Oh, I was making a function. I use the function keyword and using that one. Okay, now look at that. Look at that. List copy is equal to list.map function, take one element at a time, return element +3. List copy will receive that, and list copy in the end is again the same output. Now, allow me to convert this function into, first of all, did you guys understand this one? Are you guys understanding this one? Yes or no? Rukma, this is very simple. Map. Map does what? Map applies an operation and returns a new array, creates a new array. Wonderful. I see Ankit. Now listen that. Allow me to convert this into an arrow function. First of all, take away this function from here and put a arrow here. Now you know that there's only one statement, so I can take away the curly brackets. Interesting. And since there is only one line and that is also returning, so I can take away the return as well. Look at that. This is exactly the same as this one. Now here comes the question after Priyank's yes. Did you guys use this map function before and you understand what map is doing over here? Return element +3, it returns that one. And what it does is that it creates and returns a new array, the map function. Have you guys used this map function before JavaScript in any other language? Map. Not used before, Atulya says. So you can write a yes or no. No, Nicole. Nicole says no. No, Ankit says no. Farani. Now, Farani, do you guys understand this map now, that what map is doing? It actually creates and returns. So I'll write that because this is very important. And rather, I'll just discuss one more. And then I'll just okay, this was that. And then I'll just explain that one. So look at that. Map is one of them. Using the map. Map actually does what? It applies that one. So there are different methods that we can use with array in JavaScript. What are those methods? Look at that. We can use array.forEach that we have just used. It has a function, callback function over here. Here is a function that you provide. You can use array.map, and I'll write that one. And there is a function inside that as well. What it does, it creates and returns a new array constructed by calling the provided function on each element of the original array. Here, people start confusing something with that one, and I'll tell you what array.forEach does. Calls the provided function. By provided function means in the brackets, in the parenthesis, on each element of the array. It calls that, right? It does not returns. Map has default that it returns new array, creates and returns new array. Then we have array.filter. This is very interesting. It also has a function. And what filter does? Creates and returns a new array containing only those elements that match a condition you define in your function. Filter. And here I will give you one example and you will hopefully understand difference between the filter and map and for each and everything. Filter. Filter as a function, it creates and returns a new array containing only those elements that match a condition you define in the function. Make sense, everyone? First of all, can you give me a feedback? Do you understand the definition? Map creates and returns a new array constructed by calling provided function on each element of an array. Filter creates and returns a new array containing only those elements that match a condition defined in your function. Does that make a little sense to you guys? Now I would give you an example over here to make you understand that one. For example, I'll give you a first example of, let names is equal to, let's say some names, Alan, Bob, and let's say Abraham. I see Abraham name there. And let's say Christina. Let's say I say Tharani, whatever, right? I'm just, taking randomly. Kevin. Look at that. I have some names over here. I have a list. Look at that. If I say let new names is equal to names.filter, and here there will be a function, remember. And now I'm taking a risk, I'm taking a risk. I don't know how many of you will like that or not. Take one name out of names and apply a filter. Name dot starts with A. Name dot starts with A. I want you to understand something very interesting. If I console log new names, let me show you here. Do you see that I get the names only Alan and Abraham? Did you guys understand the purpose of filter? It again, you remember returns. Return is there automatically. So name dot starts with A. If the name starts with A, it will be returned. If it is not, it will never be returned. Nitik, you said yes. You understand what is going on? It's basically returning. Every name that starts with A just returns that name. It does not return Bob. It does not return Christina, Tharani, and Kevin. Why? Because they do not start with A. I'm not asking only Nitik. I'm asking everyone. Do you guys understand? It is only returning those names that have a particular condition that they start with A. Here students get confused. They say, wasn't that the same thing that map also does? Now, let's do something with let new names with map equal to names dot map. And again, map will have the function and I'll write exactly the same function over there. Name, take one name at a time, right? Take one name at a time from the names and name dot starts with A. I don't know if you had this confusion or not, but Do you guys know what will happen now? If I console.log new names with map, I'm not hitting save, but can you guess what will happen? Neil, can you guess what will happen in my second output? I will have two output now. One will be same, Alan and Ibrahim. And what will be the second one? What will be the second one? Exactly, Nathik, you are wonderfully right. Look at that. It will have all 5 or 6 values will be true or false. True means first name, the Alan starts with, yes, it starts with A. The second name, Bob, does not start with A. Abraham starts with A. Christina does not start with A. Farani does not start with A. Kevin does not start with A. Do you guys understand the difference between filter and map now? Map will implement every action and return and create a new array, but it will take every element and will return every element. But filter will only return that element that meets this condition. I don't think there can be a simpler example than that one to make you understand filter and map. Nitik, do you really like this example? So it's exactly the same functions. Both are returning, but the map will return all the values with condition true or false. It will return all the values, but filter will only return those values that really match that one. It's not good. I'm not getting feedback from others. I was just talking to Nathik. It does not mean I'm asking Nathik. I'm asking everyone. Do you guys understand the difference between the filter and the map? You have the output in front of you, and you can always guess what is the difference between these two. Wonderful. That's wonderful. And I really like that. Some people are saying yes, we understand that. And there are some more array methods that we will just want to talk about, and we'll work with them. But now, let's take a quick break. And after the break, when I will come back, I have a question first as well. Do you guys know about regular expressions? Do you guys know regular expressions? Because we are about to start that and we want to amalgamate all these important things into that one. Okay, Darshan, I don't know if you said yes for the regular expressions. Do you guys know what are regular expressions? Yes or no after Darshan's yes? Darshan Kumar's yes. Regular expressions. Yes or no? Okay, no, no, no. Okay, this is like, now let's change the question. It means you have not studied that as a topic, but how many of you know regular expression by themselves? Now I'm changing the question. Like they've studied by their own and they know the regular expressions. Anyone? You can write me or myself, right? Yes, no, but sometimes face difficulty when need to create a regular expression. Dhrutiban, I would little bit, Ankit. Good. I need feedback from everyone because I want to because regular expression is one topic that is very, very, very important. You might guess that. And I want to give you a little nitty-gritty details of regular expression. Dhrutiban, hopefully, when I just explain that regular expression, hopefully you will get an idea that, okay, this you might not get difficulty again in writing the regular expression. But yes, I need some feedback from others as well. Netik, I have not seen any feedback from you about regular expressions. Do you know regular expressions on your own previous experience? Maybe other languages you use them? Not hearing anything back from Nitik. How about the others who have not replied? Okay. Okay, Nitik, you know. Okay. Ankit says little bit. Used in PHP. Wonderful. Nitik used in PHP. Wonderful. Okay, so let's take a break and it's 2:01 in my clock right now. Let's come back around 2:16 or something. And I would start regular expression and break till then, right? So I'll start regular expression then. Okay, so you're back. Can I have everyone just give a chat message? Ophelia, thank you. All right, so thank you. I can see a lot of people are still here, are back. Okay, so let's start regular expressions. And by the way, just a quick announcement. I forgot to do that announcement in the beginning that today we are going to have our quiz one. And I'm really happy that I got all of you responded to my message on the Teams. When I just sent that information on the Teams, I see all of you have given a thumbs up. And thank you very much. And I posted that on your course shell as well. So today we are going to have our quiz one, and today or also maybe you are going to see assignment one as well. And regarding midterm as well, I will just announce put some announcement regarding midterm as well. So I'm really happy that you guys have given thumbs ups. Thank you very much. And so it means that you know about today's like exam, which is going to be quiz one, and it would be there. Okay, so regular expressions. Let's start talking about them. Some people say that they know them a little bit. Some say that, of course, they have maybe worked somewhere else, but we would like to talk about over here. Regular expression is a special string that describes a pattern to be used for matching or searching or replacing something within other strings. They are also called as regex or regex P. Like there are multiple names. In JavaScript, in JavaScript, we refer to them by regexp, regular expression, which is an object, which is a built-in object. Now, we can write regular expressions by two ways. The first way is I can write regular expression two forward slashes. We write regular expression between two forward slashes. Now, for example, if I write something COLOU question mark R, and I'm first of all telling you how to write that, then I'll tell you what is this. And I can write this same regular expression RDE2 is equal to new regex P in single quotations or double quotations. I'll write the regular expression. Now, what is this COLOUR? So it's basically a regular expression that will recognize the word color, whether it comes with a U or without a U. U after question mark after U makes it an optional one. What does that mean? I would again show you that in our REPL. If I just come here and I say let RE is equal to COLOU question mark R. I've written down regular expression. What is this RE? RE is this. Make sense, everyone? Now, if I do something like that, if I say RE.test and I pass a string and I say COLOR, it would say return, it says true. Color is good, like the right spelling. Or if I write COLOUR, it says true. Are you guys getting that one? This regular expression, because U has a question mark. If I put COLO and R on their places, whether I miss or use this U, it will accept that. So if I write something else other than color, if I write a U, but I just miss out a O, look at that, CLOUR, false. Why? Because it has to follow this pattern. COLO should be there. U can or cannot be, may or may not be there, and R should be there. So if I just miss out a R also, if I just miss out R, for example, and I ask COLO, no, I won't recognize that. Did you guys got a little idea of what I'm trying to say? That regular expression is basically a string that can be used to match patterns, out of something. Make sense, everyone? And we can write regular expression like this. Now, they have certain switches as well. And I will show that. One switch is called G. G means globally. Everywhere, check wherever I have a multiple strings, just check everywhere. I'll tell you this G and GI, they are very quite interesting one. But for that, I would tell you a website that we want to like to use. regexpal. Can you just open this regexpal.com? You're really going to enjoy that one. Let's use this one capitalized. Okay. I just give you over here. So for example, I was telling you, I can write a regular expression over here to check. I can write COLO question mark R, and I can write a string here to test them. So I can write COLOR. Yes, it says I have accepted. How does it say? This blue line it is showing. Let me just make this one a bit bigger. Let me just see. Because I want to make this one bigger, because so that I can just recognize that one. Looking very low. Oh yeah, so it's much bigger now. Now look at that. So if I write COLOU question mark R, so now I would say that, for example, if I write color, it recognizes that. If I write COLOUR, recognizes that. If I write COLUR, no. COL or CULOR, no. It has to have what? COLOR or something like that. Are you guys getting that one? This is a regular expression that accepts only color spelling. If color spelling can be COLOR, it will accept. If its spelling is COLOUR, it will be accepted. But other than that, it won't recognize anything. Now, I was telling you about these flags, this global. I'll just first of all show you. Look at that. It only recognizes the first color and then does not recognize anything. If I make it global, like G, it will recognize everywhere. Make sense, everyone? And how about this one? If I write COLOR, it does not recognize that one. Case sensitivity. If I put another flag, ignore case, it will recognize this COLOR and COLOUR as well, but not COLR. Can I have a quick thumbs up or yes in the chat window? You guys understand? I've just started that, and now I'll tell you all the details of it, how to write that one. Wonderful. Thank you, Netik. Thank you, Netik. I see your thumbs up. Now let's start with regular expressions, and it's very easier to write over here and just check that one. So for example, let's keep this ignore case and global here. If I want to write a cat, for example, I want to this cat, regular expression. So cat is black or white or something. I'm just writing, right? And let's write cat is good, whatever. So you see that I write a regular expression cat, and it has pointed out all the cats from this text. It has just selected them. Again, if I ignore case, or like if I just take a global, it will just recognize first cat. Anyhow, I'll keep the global, and I'm taking away ignore case for the timing. Now, what if, let's start talking about it. If I say that cat can be followed by any letter, cat word can be followed by any letter. So to represent any letter in regular expression, we use dot. Now, do you see that it has increased that one? Now, if I write cat 1 recognized, cat 2 recognized, cat question mark recognized, whatever, cat 5, whatever recognized, cat N recognized, cat C recognized, cat A recognized. Dot means any character except the line break. It does not accept line break. If I write cat, enter, you see line break is not recognized. Other than line break, everything is recognized. Space is even recognized. If I say space, you see space recognized. Space is also recognized. If I write a dot. Now, how about this one? If I want a literal dot, so dot means any character. So I'll go back to the notes and I'll write something over here for you. Now, special or specific characters. First one is dot. Dot means what? Oh, I should not write that. Dot means any character. Any character, sorry, correction. Any character, dot means. But what about this one? If I want to have cat dot only recognized, like literal dot, period. How to do that? Because dot has a specific meaning in regular expression. So to understand a literal dot, we place a backslash. Do you guys remember escape sequencing, Priyank? You have studied that in C language, escape sequence. We need to escape that. If we escape that dot, it means that now it is looking for literally a dot, not dot means any characters. Can I get a thumbs up from everyone if you understand that one? Now, do you see that it only recognizes cat dot? Otherwise, nothing is recognized. Wonderful, wonderful. I can see a lot of people representing. So if I say cat dot, it means if I just want to recognize this cat dot, it will just recognize cat dot, nothing else. But if I take away this backslash, you know, everything after the cat is dot. Dot means period. And here it's a very good help. When we have this backward slash, it comes at orange, like, you know, purple color. And when we have that one, it's orange color. That means any character. But anyhow, don't worry about the coloring. You remember that if I put a backslash, it means I'm talking about cat, and specifically with cat, there should be a dot. Now, if I write this regular expression, dot, backslash dot. Do you understand what does that mean? Any letter followed by a dot, period. Are you guys getting that one? Any letter means this one is any letter, and this is a literal dot, escape dot. So any letter followed by, so you see good D dot is recognized, cat dot, T dot is recognized, X dot is recognized, Y dot is recognized, 1 dot is recognized, 4 dot is recognized. Why? Because everything after dot, but it does not recognize anything. But if I write a dot, it will recognize one letter before that. Are you guys getting that one? Now, let's move forward. Do you understand that? What if I want either cats to be recognized or, for example, cat, C-A-T-E to be recognized. I want 2 characters to be recognized. Only 2 after that. For that, I make a set, square brackets. Look at that. If I write S and E, now, whenever there is S or E after cat, it will recognize, otherwise it won't. Asulia, are you getting that one? Because I'm taking only S or E. A not accepted because, you know, it means that I have only this set, except either after cat, there should be S, or either after cat, there should be E. There should be S or E, not both, or like not both or not anything else at all. It has to have a cat, E or S. So a square bracket actually represents possible characters or set of possible characters. Let's write down over here. Set of possible characters. Set of possible characters is square bracket. Make sense, everyone? Now, let's move forward and let's do something else with our regular expression. Now, what about this one? If I say after cat, if there is a number, it should be recognized. I can write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Any number followed by cat should be recognized. But other than that, no, nothing should be recognized. Only numbers after the cat. So if I write cat, 5 recognized, cat 0 recognized, cat 1 recognized. Make sense? And what if I want to have the opposite of it? Just after the cat, if there is a number, don't recognize. Everything else should be recognized. So I'll come over here inside that one and I put a caret over here. Caret symbol, when put inside the square bracket, reverses the thing. Now it will accept anything after cat but a number. Ankit, did you get that one? Anything but a number. Not, it means not. It is the reverse. Match any characters that is not in the set. Right? And let's talk about this. If after cat, I have A, E, I, O, U, the vowels. If any of the vowel come, recognize. Other than vowel, don't. S is not recognized. Cat A is recognized. Cat E is recognized. If I write cat I is recognized. Cat O is recognized. Cat U is recognized. And you know, if I want to make reverse of it, not vowel, I'll put a caret inside. Look at that. Anything but caret. Anything but vowel. Anything but vowel. You guys make sense of it? Now here comes a very interesting concept. If I want to say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, so you know, A, B, C, D, E, F, very bad. I'll have to write. There's a shortcut to that. I can write A to, like, let's write that. A to Z. Any letter from A to Z, if comes after this cat, should be recognized. Cats recognized, cat N, cat C, cat A, cat E, cat I, cat O. Everything is recognized. So anything from A to Z should be recognized. Now, I'll come to this A to Z. Let's come back to this one. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Very bad. I have to write all the digits. Instead of writing all the digits, we have a \D for that one. \D represents any digit. Are you guys understanding that one? Let's come back here. \D means any number, digit, right? 0 to 9. Now, it is becoming interesting. If I want to make it anything but a number, I will just come here and I'll put a caret over here. So anything but a number. Cat 1 not recognized. Cat E, cat S, cat dollar, cat N, cat space. Everything is recognized, but not a number. Are you guys getting that one? Now let's talk about this one. In the same way I was talking about, if I want to say any letter from A to Z, I would write A to Z. Works fine. I can write A to Z, capital A to Z. So if someone write cat, capital L, recognized. Cat, capital D, recognized. Cat, capital N, recognized. You know, small or L1. I can add one more thing. I would say 0 to 9. I can write this one as well. Anything from 0 to 9 or A to Z or A to Z and an underscore. I'm internationally. If someone write underscore, that should be recognized. So if I write cat underscore, recognized. Cat 0, recognized. Cat 9, recognized. Cat 2, recognized. Cat B, recognized. Are you guys getting that one? Are you understanding that one? Now, this all A to Z, capital A to Z, 0 to 9, and underscore. They are collectively, I'll cut that from here. They are collectively called as a word, W. I'll write it over here. \W means anything from this one, A to Z, and 0 to 9, and underscore. Underscore is also there, remember. So it will only consist of words and it won't consist of anything else. You look at that. S and recognized. Cat dollar is not recognized because they did not come inside word. Are you guys getting that one? And how about this one? If I come here and I put a caret here, look at that. Anything but a word. Anything but a word. Now, here is another inverse. We can put this one, or I can come and I write capital W. This is just the reverse. Are you guys getting that one? Cat, capital W means reverse of word. If I write capital D, it is reverse of digit. I hope you guys understand that one. I'll just write that over here. Capital D means reverse. Capital W means reverse of word, and it's reverse of digit. I do really hope that you guys are enjoying this one. Is it cool? Is it something interesting? We are talking about these regular, and I'll typically write some regular expression. Don't worry, we'll just write some regular expression. Okay, then comes another very important one. \s. It is for space, white space. If I want to represent white space, I will write \s. Right? Now, let's come back to our testing environment and see that. So I want to say after cat, only space should be recognized. Look at that. Only space is recognized. Makes sense? Cat followed by space. Or for example, I say dash, a space or a dash. So if I write cat dash, recognized, right? If I write cat space, recognized, right? If I write cat dash, recognized. Make sense, everyone? So it will recognize either of them. Now, character matching repetition. There is a repetition as well. Repetition, how to test the repetition? If I write question mark, remember what was the question mark for Athulia? Do you remember? We have discussed question mark. It makes a character optional. Remember everyone, optional character. Be it there or not. Remember in color, we have used that. You can be optional. It can be there, it cannot be there. Then asterisk. Anyone knows? 0 or more something. What does that mean? Let's come back and check that one. If I write cat followed by \s asterisk. If there is a 0 space, then recognize it. Or if there are many spaces, recognize it. Look at that, 0 or many. Look at that. Cat is still recognized. Are you guys getting that one? 0 or more space is called asterisk. 0 or more. Now, if I just put something else, if I say cat \d and I write dot. So if there is 0 digit, accept it. If there is 1 digit, accept it. If there is cat 1, 2, 3, 4, look at that. Any digits, just recognize that. It is recognizing everything. Look at that. I'm just making that smaller. Look at that. It does recognize everything. The numbers are also recognized. Make sense? 0 or more. In the similar fashion, there is one or more. One or more something. What does that mean? Let's come back. And I say there should be at least 1 or more digits. Look at that. Now 0 digits are gone. Only 1 digit. At least there should be 1 digit, or it can be any number of digits. Did you guys understand? Plus 1 or more. I hope you can understand that one. 1 or more. Not only that, we can even specify specifically after that a digit, but only 2 digits. Exactly 2 digits. So after cat, it will only recognize 2 digits. Look at that. Cat 1, 2 is recognized. Cat 2 is not. But if I write 1, 2, it recognized. If I write 4, 1, recognized. If I write 8, 1, it recognized. So curly brackets represent exact number. We can represent exact number of characters. And there is one more corollary to this. If I write n, comma, nothing, it means n or more characters. It can be n or any number of characters more. Are you guys getting that one? Or there can be corollary n, comma, m. So what is that? Indicate that at least n, minimum n, and maximum m. And don't worry, I'll just explain that to you. Look at that. If I just come back over here, and if I say 2, 3. So look at that. Minimum 2. Look at that. I'll just remove that. Minimum 2 and maximum 3. It does not recognize any letters after that. Udit, are you enjoying that one? Minimum 2, maximum 3. Cat 1, 2, 3 is recognized. Cat 81, cat 12 is recognized. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now let's come back and try to do something really cool. And we have just, learned enough about this one. Now we want to test that how we can write. So now let's write that. Let's try to write a regular expression to recognize our phone numbers. In our in Ontario, phone numbers are like this: 519-123-4567. This is our number. Rather, first of all, I'll write the very simple space. I can write my number like this: 519-123-4567. Do you guys know that? And how to recognize, how to write a regular expression for that? I'll write \d, any digit, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you guys understand? I would say that if I write this is a regular expression, that would recognize 10 digits. Do you guys make sense of it? It will recognize 10 digits. Is that making sense? Okay, looks good. But can I write my number like this: 519 space 123 space 4567? This will not recognize that one. So let's talk about this, how to do that. There might or might not be space after 3 digits. I go after 3 digits and I write \s. Can someone tell me, should I make something over here to make both of the numbers understandable? Remember optional character? What can be optional character? Question mark. Udit, wonderful. Thank you very much. I can, let's try to do something. I can come here and I can say, okay, why not I introduce a space and I put a question mark. Is there a space or not? And after these 3 as well, because I want to recognize. So I'll say S question mark. Oh, and it's a backslash after 3rd digit. I'll say \S question mark. Do you guys see that? It recognizes now my both numbers. Looks good. It has started to look good. But let's try to do that one more time. Maybe someone comes up with this one: 519 and 123 4567. People write this one like this as well. The area code as well. People write the area code as well. Are you guys getting that one? So I have to write a regular expression that recognizes the area code like in the bracket as well. How to do that? Now listen. If I directly write curly brackets over here, like rounded bracket over here, this actually represents typical meaning in regular expression, and it is called capture group. Remember, the rounded brackets have a literal meaning. It represents capture groups, and I'll talk about capture groups in detail, but don't worry about that right now. So I cannot write directly. Literally, I need a literal parenthesis over here. So anyone can tell me, how can I make it a literal parenthesis over here? Anyone remembers? How can we make something as a literal? Backslash, Udit, wonderful. Backslash here and backslash here. But here is an issue, Dhrutiban. We have got a new issue. Now my previous numbers are not accepted. What can I do to make previous also accepted? Anyone? What can I do to make the previous one also accepted? Wonderful. A question mark after this bracket and a question mark after this bracket. Now, about regular expression, they are easier to write than read. Netik, after some time, you will be starting confusing what is going on because they are easier to write than read. But anyhow, I'll try to make it explain more simply, and then you will understand that one. Understand that one. Now, how many of you understood? Can you write a chat window that if there is a bracket, it will recognize. If there is no bracket, it will still recognize. It is recognizing all 3 forms of my number. Is that right? Now, let's talk about another scenario. Someone came and said 519 space 123 space 4567 and says this is my number. And you being a programmer, Atulya and Shriyam, you are bound to recognize that as a number. Okay, you are right. But I need to recognize that one as well. I need to make a just very little tweak in my current regular expression to accommodate this number as well. Can someone tell me what tweak I need? Shriyam, can you tell me? Where? Atulya, where should I use this asterisk? Wonderful. Should I replace some character with it? in my regular expression? Which character should I replace? Exactly. That's wonderful. And if I ask everyone, are everyone understanding? Like Athulia has mentioned that I'll just replace that with this one. Now everything will be recognized. Can I have a thumbs up from everyone because Athulia replied only for this answer? Do you guys understand what does that mean? There is a zero or more space, so I can write asterisk. Why not? If there can a zero space, recognize that. If there are more spaces, recognize that. That's wonderful. And I see that people are understanding wonderfully well. Now, if by mistake I make it plus, now you see that my two numbers are gone because plus means what? One or more. So they will recognize more, one or more space, but I don't want one or more. I want zero or more. So it should be asterisk only. Wonderful. This is good. You guys are understanding that one. Now let's move forward and see what happens in that one. Now someone came up and someone said that this is my phone number. Recognize that as well. 123 4 5 6 7. I'm not including my area code. You see that now the area code has gone. And believe you me, you will find so much data like this. You will have to write regular expression that recognizes everything. So someone comes up and say that I don't have my area code. Can I make my area code optional as well? Yes. For that, I will use capturing group. I will write green bracket and I will write this green bracket over here and I'll put a question mark over here. Do you guys understand what I have done? I'll just write this number over here. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Niril, did you understand that one? I made a capture group and I said, okay, this whole from this point to this point is an optional one. Now, let's try to optimize our regular expression because we know that we can do something. 3 digits. Why not? Why I'm writing, keep on writing backslash d, backslash d, backslash d. Why not just remove that backslash d's and I write a 3 over here? Do you guys understand that one? I write a 3 over here. Why not? Same here. Why I write, keep on writing this? Put a curly bracket and I put a 3 over here. Why I'm writing this backslash d 4 times? Instead, put a 4 over here. Did you guys understand that one? Wonderful. Now, let's move forward. And someone else come up. And please remember that these kind of people will always come up. Someone said 519-123-4567. My number is this. Your regular expression should recognize this number as well. Can I ask you guys right now, everyone, copy this I'll copy this regular expression for you. Can you make changes into that to accommodate the dashes as well? I'll paste it on the chat window. Can you guys like make it so that it recognizes either space or a dash or multiple dashes or multiple spaces? Who can make the change? I will be very happy to see an output from someone. Can you make regular expression change in a way that it accepts dashes as well? I'm waiting for your solutions. Copy this my one, maybe, and try to accommodate this one. The dashes. Dash one is not recognized, which is bad. I should accommodate dashes as well. Seeking coming up. Wonderful. D3. Okay, so seeking there will be a problem. Athulia, still there will be a problem. You are right. You guys have done a wonderful job. Especially Athulia, yours is very good. Ankit, this looks good. Look at that. Actually, you are just little, there is a little mistake with you guys. Here, it's either a space or a dash. So I will write a set over here instead of this one. And I would write a dash inside that one. Dash does not require a backslash because dash is not no literal meaning. How many of you guys understood this now? This is quite interesting. Now you see that dashes are also accommodating. Can I have a thumbs up from everyone? Look at that output. Just put a set sign because set sign means either of them. It can be either of them and spaces, it be. Athulia, look at that. Athulia, what I've done, there was only backslash space and asterisk. So what I did, I make a set with the dash and made a set and that put asterisk. Still, I left the asterisk over there. So if there is one space or zero space or more, zero dash or more, if there are more dashes, it will accept. If there are more spaces, it will accept because there is zero or more spaces. So I made a set Athulia over here. Athulia, did you get a little list about that one? Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful. That's wonderful. Now, the last two things that I would like, this is a very good phone number. And what I'll do, I'll copy this phone number and I'll put it in my in my notes because I will be using that a lot. So I'll call it our phone number regular expression, RE, right? So this is our RE that we have over here. So I've just pasted it over here because I will be using that one later on. But let's try let's talk about one more thing. I'll just go back here. So to mark the start of a string, we use caret symbol to mark the start of the string. What does that mean? I'll tell you. Caret is used for opposite as well. Remember, it was used for opposite. I'll write it over here. Caret reverses the set in square brackets. If inside square brackets we have used caret, it reverses. But if I use it in the beginning, it will mark the start of the string, and dollar marks to mark the end of the string. Are you guys getting that one? So I'm right now just deleting this phone number because we are done with that, and I copy this one. So I'll delete that one and I'll just delete that from here. So if I write, for example, if I write backslash period, like it's a literal period, and I put a dollar sign, what does that mean? It means that, look at that. If the sentence is ending at a dot, a literal dot. Are you guys getting that one? I can write literal dot. I can just write something. If I say S end. So anything that has S at the end. So you see that S at the end, it should be the last character. After that, it won't recognize A, B, C. So if this is not the S, it will recognize only last S. Are you guys getting that one? So string should end at something. And if I just write this one, look at that. If I just write this one and I write a literal dot over here, a literal dot. So it means that it will check for the sentence. Make sense, everyone? Another one, the starting, the caret sign. So if I put a caret, if I directly put a caret over here and I say a set, I can make a set. I say capital A to Z. Capital A to Z. So look at that. This is a sentence. And look at that. So for the first one only, what it does is that it's saying it starts with a capital letter. Whether it is A, it is B, it is T, any character letter it starts with. So just remember that one, and I'll use that in my program. That caret marks the start of the string and dollar marks the end of the string. But remember, caret reverses the string when it is used inside the set. Does everyone understand that one? Now I'm about to tell you some JavaScript functions that you are really going to enjoy that one. I'll just close this one for a second and I'll come to this inspector and look at that. So this regular expression will help us a lot. What does that mean? I can write a regular expression, and if I write backslash D3, if I write a regular expression backslash D3, and I have a method called test. If I pass ABC in that one, Should it return a true or false? Anyone? False, because it is looking for 3 digits. And these are 3 letters. Are you guys getting that one? How about this one? Look at that. It says yes. So if I take a regular expression and test it, it would just give me the result of that one. And I can do that like this as well. Let RE is equal to forward slashes, and I say \d 3 digits. So I've just written down a regular expression, save that. And what I can do, I re.test, test a string A, B, C, no, right? 90909. Look at that, true. Ankit, are you getting that one? So test method actually tests. I'll write that over here. Dot test methods. Tests are a regular expression, or sorry, tests a string against the regular expression and returns true or false. Are you guys getting that one? This is very interesting. Dot test method. So let's test our regular expression with this one. I copy this regular expression from here and I go back here. Look at that. And I put forward slashes and I paste my regular expression over here. Same regular expression that we have written down, right? And now I test a number. I say 226 989 1234. This is a valid number, right? So let's do that. It says true. If I say this, look at that, false. If I say this, it says false. Why? Because this is only 4 numbers. Look at 3 numbers. Athulia, are you getting that one? Test method. Take the regular expression and test a string against it. In other words, take the string and test the regular expression against that one. So this is called test method. Now, here comes another very important method, which is called match method. And you are really going to like this match method. What is match method? Match method is reverse. What does that mean? It takes a string first. For example, I say 519 123 4 5 6 7. And I match it against a regular expression. So if I say \d, for example, 10 letters. Again, I'm writing a very simple regular expression, and I'll tell you, if I do that, match. Look at that. It says something. I don't know what it is. I'll just write again. If I say 3 digits, and I put something like that. Brackets 3 digits, and then maybe 7 digits. Look at that. I'm making a very vague example just to make you understand. You guys understand. If I hit enter, now I want you to notice something. I put a capture group over here, parenthesis. It matched, and the first value it returns is the string itself. The second value is the first capture group that it has captured from this given string. How many of you understood this one? This is very, very, very interesting. And I'll tell you what is going on. In the same way, if I just test it with any other number, rather than 519, I say 226, check it with 226. Look at that. Does it separates out the first 3 digits and give the second value as the second digit? Ankit and Dhrutiban, are you guys understanding that? This is very interesting. Now, if I change my regular expression a little and I put another capture group and I say 3, I close the capture group, I another start a capture group and I say 4 digit. After that, I would go silent and I would like someone to explain that. Look at that. When I hit enter, what will happen? Now I'm silent. Dhrutiban, can you unmute yourself and explain this to everyone? What is happening now? Or anyone who can unmute themselves and explain that. Oh my God. Oh,
Hello.
yes.
Sir, once can you please open that inspector?
Yes, I can, because I don't know how somehow my that that was closed. I don't know why. Anyhow, I'll just do that again.
Okay, so it
Yeah.
has printed the grouped data one by one. First three, then second three, and then last four.
Yes. So it has done what? Who was that? Who was talking to? I don't remember.
Dhruti.
Sorry,
It's me, Dhruti.
it's your Dhruti. Okay. So Dhruti, I see your user is muted and you are still speaking. Are you logged in with two users?
Actually, recently my team was crashed, so logged
Okay,
in with another.
not a problem. So see here. Yes, Dhrutavel is right. Look at that. First capture group is here, 2 to 6. Second capture group is here, 1 to 3. Third capture group is here. Now, everyone else, do you guys understand that it's a very interesting thing? I can do something like this. I just run that again and I create a new array. Let matches is equal to this and I hit enter. Look at that. Matches is an array that has these values. And if I say matches of 1, do you know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about only the area code. If I say matches of 3, I'm talking about the last 4 digits. Can I have a thumbs up from all of you, Nitik? And you guys understanding match is a very, very important one. And I will show you one more example, by the way, of matches, but let's do that. Can I have a thumbs up from everyone? Oh, I think I missed out the thumbs up from everyone. I don't know. Oh my God. My Chrome has started to behave awkwardly now. Chrome is going closed, and that's quite interesting. Looks like team is about to go as well. Can you guys hear me? No, I cannot even see the messages now. Can you guys speak? Someone speak again?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
You can hear me, but looks like my team is all behaving so awkward. Interesting. Can you see my screen as well?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can see the screen. Interesting. There is something going on with my Chrome and with my Teams as well. Looks like I'm about to just go off. It will just kick me out sometime. I know, because Team, when it starts behaving this way, it would kick you out. Uh, Before it kicks me out, I should kick it out. It's all not working for me. Oh my God. Interesting. If you guys can still hear me, I'm rebooting my system. Looks like there is some crash going on. Did you guys hear that from me?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
thank you.
sir.
All right, so can you hear me now back? Okay, Ankit, thank you. Thank you, Ankit. I see your message. Let me just set up everything from starting. Because everything is gone, my system got restarted. So do you see my screen now? Okay, Udit, thank you. Okay. All right, so let's start talking about things. So I don't know what I was talking about. I was talking about, oh, just what is this? Just give me a second. I've just stopped sharing my screen for a second. Okay, now I'll share my screen again back. Okay, we are all set now just to start that again. Okay, so the last thing that I was talking about was capture groups, and I hope you guys understood the capture group, the importance of capture group. And we can have like, we will have, we can have some one example where we can just, do that. But let's see that what is going on. I just want to give you one more example of capture group, and then we'll just, we'll solve a little problem that you would really find interesting. And that problem would be, that would have everything that we have discussed till now. It would have everything being added to that one. So for example, if I just go to console and I write, for example, if I write a regular expression to recognize email. So for example, I say naman@mail.com, and let's see that. I have some in the memory. So if I write a regular expression, which is very vague right now, but I'm just writing that one. Look at that. Any word, 0 or more words before @ and 0 or more words after @. And I've made capture groups of both of them. Do you see that? So if I do that, for example, look at that, what will happen? If I do that, it will come up with the capture group, the first capture group, my username, and the second capture group is for example, it is not coming anything up before the dot because it's just recognizing mail, but it's coming up as the second one. Are you guys understanding that one? This match method makes it very interesting that we have a regular expression and we match it with some string and it just tear apart that string and we get an array that will work for us. So I can say let matches is equal to, now I've got an array of matches, and if I run this matches, I'll see that I have got all the matches over here. Now, there are some more special strings before we start a practical example. I would like to give you those examples. So there is one more called, you know that there is called replace method. So I say this is a sentence or a string with spaces. Now, if I want to replace the spaces, if I want to replace the space, I would write space and with an underscore, for example. I can write this something like this as well. So look at that. I can do that like this in replace. But do you see that it has just replaced the first one? Now I have replaced all method for that in strings. I can write replace all, and look at that. All spaces are replaced with underscore. But I can do this exactly the same thing, not with a string, rather by passing a regular expression over here. So I say whenever you find a space globally, convert it with underscore. Atulya, did you make a sense of it? Look at that. It will, wherever it will find one space, it will change that, replace that with underscore. Everyone else, Nicole, are you understanding that one? This is quite interesting. So if I can use a regular expression, I can do a lot of interesting things. So for example, I have this sentence, I have multiple spaces, I am, and maybe multiple spaces, Norman Ati, for example. I have this string and I say replace. And what I want to do, I'll tell you. First of all, I would like a regular expression with global, and I want to convert multiple spaces to a single space. Now, how would I recognize that? Can someone tell me? I'll write a backslash s, and what should I write? 0 or more, like asterisk or a plus? Ankit, what should I write over here? Plus or asterisk? You say asterisk. Okay, asterisk. People say asterisk. Okay. I'm saying 0 or more. Okay. If I use asterisk, let's use the asterisk. Let's use the asterisk first of all. Look at that, what has happened. It has made very awkward sort of thing. Why? Because I have said 0 or more. No, Udit is right. I should write plus. Look at that now. If you find one or more spaces, convert them into a single space. Dhrutriman, did you get that one? It's not a asterisk. Did you get that idea? Because if it was asterisk, it would have replaced all the zero spaces also with the space. Okay. One more function that I want to discuss. If you have a string, for example, you have a string 2, 3, 4. It's a string separated by comma. If I say split it with comma, look at that. What will happen? It will give me an array of each individual element. Do you guys know split? I told you today, split method, right? But what about this one? If I have a string that has these awkward spaces before or after the comma, these are the spaces. If I split it still with this same method, look at that. I get the values, but since it's a string, I get the spaces. Atulya, do you look at that? It's looking very odd. 2 and then space 3, space 4. This is looking very bad. Now, if I use a regular expression instead, I can handle this one. How come? Look at that. I write a regular expression. I say that split it with comma, but if there is any space, 0 or more space before the comma, or 0 or more space after the comma, split it with that one. I don't know how many of you understand this one, but look at that, what will happen now. How many of you got it? Can I have a thumbs up from all those who understand? 0 or more spaces before. So it trunks all the spaces before the comma and after the comma. Udit gives a thumbs up. Jyotiben gives a thumbs up. Wonderful. Priyank gives a thumbs up. You guys understand that one? This is now splitting into that way. Wonderful. Now, how about another example? Because I told you there is another method of we'll talk about the join as well. But right now I was just talking about this one, that you should know that okay, this kind of things can happen, and you can just do a lot of interesting things. Okay, so for today, now I will just learn that one, because we are about to start a little exercise for today. And that exercise I'll do with you guys, and then later on I'll give you some practice. This is our script 3, which has very little things over here. So I'll just mark everything, comment, and see what I'm about to do. Look at that. I would write a CSV data. Do you guys know what is CSV data? Anyone? What is CSV data? CSV, a very common generic term used in computing. CSV. Yes, Dhruti, I know that you must know that, but I'm asking everyone else. Have you guys heard about CSV? Others I'm asking. Dhruti has given the full forms, comma separate values, and that's of course 100% correct. But I wanted to know that whether you guys have heard about this CSV before or not. I don't know, because I'm not getting a yes or no. Either it should be yes or either it should be no. Seeking says no. Wonderful. Thank you, Seeking. Data field with values on table. No. Farani Abraham said. Darshan Kumar has heard about that. Okay, wonderful. No worries. No worries. What is CSV data? I'll talk about this one, but let's see. We have some data. 1, 2, 3, 4, comma. Alan Smith, comma. 519-123-4567, comma. 62 inches. And then there is a new line. 1, 2, 3, 5, comma. Too much spaces. Christina, some spaces. Lee, some spaces, comma. 2 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, comma. 149 cm. New line. 1, 2, 3, 6, comma. Some spaces. Kim Thomas, and maybe some spaces in between as well. Kim Thomas, comma. Maybe it's 2 to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, comma, 138 cm. No spaces, right? And here comes the backticks. Now look at that. It's a CSV data, comma separated values, comma separated. But it's a very interesting data. If you look at this data comes up with 3 lines of code, 3 lines of data. First line or every line represents one record of one employee or something. Look at that. First, there is ID, then there is name, then there is phone number, and then there is maybe height of that person, right? This is a bad data. The thing that we want to do is that we want to make it clean. Now, it has certain problems. What are the problems? First of all, the height. Let's talk about height. Height is here, it is in inches, here it is in cm, and here it is in cm. I want to correct that. Secondly, you see there are so many bad spaces between Christina and after the Lee, and even between Christina and Lee. Very bad. There are certain spaces over here as well. Lots of spaces over here and lots of spaces. And then their phone numbers are not exactly of the same pattern. Here is 519-123-4567. Here it is bracket 2 to 6. Here it is 2 to 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Are you guys understanding? First of all, clean this data by using regular expression and string functions. Did you guys understand the purpose of this problem, what we are about to solve? It's a very interesting problem, by the way. We have got the data. We need to clean that data. Clean in a way that when this data comes back, for example, I can write that in the comment. I actually want something like this of that data. I write in a multiple comments, right? So let me just take this data back. For example, Control C, or maybe take this data only. I take this and I just paste it over here, and look at that. What I want. I want that this data should finally become like this. Maybe it's like this, for example. Maybe there is one space after that, after space, there should be a comma. And how about this one? Maybe this 149 cm is converted into inches. And for example, it comes out as, I don't know, just randomly mentioning inches. And for example, 138 is coming out as 78 inches, something like that. And here, maybe I want that all those phone numbers should go into this format. For example, I want to replace that one as well. Can I have a response from everyone? Do you guys understand what we are about to do? We want to clean this data, which is very bad, by using regular expression, by using JavaScript functions, string functions, and we want to convert this data into something like this. Did you guys understand the problem? Wonderful. I can see a lot of people. So I don't want this one over here. I'll rather place this in the notes because you know that. I'll just place it over here. So I'll just do that. We have to do that. Now, what is required? What is given? Let's see that. What is given? We have given a test pad to work on. We have a function called process CSV, which will accept CSV, and it will return CSV after processing that, right? And we have got processed variable by calling the process CSV, by passing this above data, CSV data, which is there at the top, and console.log processed. Look at that. I've got this one, and I would like to run this over here. So I'll open up the terminal. There is a shortcut to open terminal. I hope you guys know that, but I'll just open that directly. So I'm inside Winter, and here I would say, I think, is it week 6, right? And do we have everything over here? Yes. So I'll say cd, not cd, node script3.js. Look at that. I've got this output right now because it's exactly in the same form. Did you guys understand what we have? We have got this test bed over here. And what we have to do, this data is passed to this one. And this process will show that. So if something has happened to this data, that will just show over this, the output, how it is being happening. Does that make sense to everyone? Are you guys understanding what is given to us? And I would like to know that if everyone is ready, I'll copy this code for you guys and I'll share it with you as a code snippet, because I want you to have this code snippet to start with. And I want you to start with me because you will understand this very interestingly when you will have. Is everyone ready with this data and this code, everything? Because then I'll start writing the functions to do those kind of things. I would like to know how many of you are ready. I would like to see a ready in your chat window. Udit, wonderful. Nitik is ready. Wonderful. I would like to see at least 5 to 10 more people who are ready with this one. I want to know. Wonderful. Okay, so now I'm just taking, let's take a around 10 minutes break from now onward, and then I will start. I want to take some rest and fresh water. So let's take a break, and this is 3:27 in my clock, so I'll be back at 3:37 sharp. Break till then. So Kevin, yes, I would be back, and we'll start in 10 minutes, right? Okay, so I'm back. Is everyone here? Hopefully everyone else is back too. Can I have everyone put in a chat message? Atulya, Niral, Nitik, Ankit, Priyank, Roshan, Neil. Wonderful. Okay, so you guys are here. Let's start doing that, what we have to do over here. Now, what I'll do is that I have like my questions that we have to do. First of all, I'll just keep on writing those questions over here, and then like what we have to do step by step. Steps to solve this problem. There are different steps that are required to solve this problem. And I'll start with the first one. I'll let the problem in between that do. Now look at that. Step number one. It says split the string into an array of separate rows. That is an array with rows separated by \n. The bonus part is how could we deal with the data that includes both Unix and Windows, like both Unix \n and Windows \n/r line endings. So actually Windows recognizes \r and \n. You remember carriage return in \n, while as Unix accepts \n. So what we have to do, first of all, is split the string into an array of separate rows. That is arrays rows separated by \n. You know that it has 3 rows, I told you, and every row has ending character \n. And because of this backticks, they are just shown like this, and we know that every line is separated by this \n. Make sense, everyone? So what we have to do? We have to first of all split this data into the basis of \n in a way that this becomes one field or one value for the array. This becomes second value. The rows are divided and they are stored in an array. Make sense, everyone? And this bonus part, I'll talk about bonus part. Let's first of all do that without. So the first function that I may want to make is called split into rows. I want to split into rows whatever string comes. So what it'll do? It will just return s.split. Now, split on the basis of what? We are saying that is split on the basis of \n globally. Did you guys understand a little about that one? \n. Whenever you find the \n, split that. Now, to see that effect, we have got this working area where we want to work on step 1. And let's say split into rows, and now, or break into rows rather. So let's say let rows is equal to split into rows, the function that I've created, and pass the CSV into that one. Are you guys getting that one? And here, rather than passing or returning CSV, if I return rows, just to check what is coming up. Rows, what are rows coming up? Now let's run this one. Neil, do you understand what has happened? It has created an array. Look at that, square bracket. And every line of record is basically one value. This is one line number 1. This is second value, comma, and this is third value. So we have got an array where 3 lines of code are separated in one record each at a time. I would be happy to have thumbs up after every when I discuss something. Just try to do that one, right? So rows is splitted, and we can check that, okay, these are now one array with every row representing one value. What is the second thing we need to do? Now the requirement number 2. Oh, okay, first of all, so backslash n, Unix recognizes that backslash n, but Windows recognize backslash r and backslash n. So I can do one thing. I can write backslash r and a question mark. Do you guys understand what does that mean? If it is running on like Windows, the Windows will recognize that, or Unix part, whatever. It will every every operating system will recognize that one. So this is the bonus part that we talked about. How could we deal with the data that includes both Unix and Windows backslash r backslash n? So if backslash r backslash n is there, it will recognize. Everything will be recognized by using this method. Now, requirement number 2. What is requirement number 2? This was number 1. What is number 2? Let's paste it over here. Oh, this is 2 already. Now each row that has come out, look at these rows. Each row that has come out has information of user, ID, name, phone number, and height, all separated by commas, and everything is separated by comma. Look at that. These are the comma separated values. Split each row into an array with all of its different fields. You need to deal with extra or no white space between the commas. So now split this row more with the comma so that I get this field separately, this field separately, this field separately, and this field separately. Are you guys understanding that one? This is quite an interesting one. So now it means I have to write another function. And this function, I might call it row to fields. And I will receive one row at a time. And what it will do? It will split the row. And again, here we don't need to worry about too much because we are, let's do that with the comma. If I just do that with the comma, take the row, split that with the comma. Make sense, everyone? Now, let's try to do, and now if I just stop this console for a second, and I would rather than, what do you want? Let me show you something over here. If I just console.log. So if I say let fields is equal to, right? Fields is equal to, and I say rows of 0 dot, or not rows of 0 dot. I'll say row to fields, and let's pass rows of 0. You know, rows of 0 means what? Because rows is an array right now over here, and I want to see that. Now here I'll just console directly and check fields. What field has come out? Let me just see that. Are you guys understanding that? Fields equal to row to fields. Pass that and with the comma. Look at that. What will be the output? The output is now the first row has been separated into another array, which has this one value, second value, third value, fourth value. Are you guys getting that one? This looks good. But how about this? If I do this with the row 1, if I do this with the row 1, look at that. The row 1 means the second row, and look at that. There was so many abnormal spaces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abnormal space Christina Lee, which is looking bad. Would you guys suggest solution? Suggest a solution for that. First of all, it is just doing for the one row at a time. Why not? Why not doing that rather than doing that? Why not let I do something? I say step 2, and I say split all rows into array of fields. Now let's do that. And how can I do that? Let I is equal to 0. I less than rows dot length of row, I plus plus. Let row is equal to rows of I. Store the row in the row, rows of I into row, and do what? Let fields is equal to row to fields, and I pass a row to that one. One row at a time. And let's console that as well. Console.log fields. Look at that, what is happening now. The rows that have been divided, one row at a time will be saved in row. It will be passed to row to fields. Fields will come up and it will show all the rows like this. Now I run my program. Look at that. Look at that. Are you guys getting that one? You remember I connected it with something else. What I can do? Can I read my HTML and see this output? Because I connected it with the HTML. Why not take advantage of that? Let me see that. Because it would be much nicer output over there. Let's refresh that. Look at that. It has come up with the 4 array, like that each one has the 4 fields. It has these 4 fields, and you look at that one. This is like this is one line of code. This is second line of code. So every array is basically coming up over here. If you look at that, and I have got what? First line, second line, and third line. But the problem is that there are too much spaces over here. Now I'm closing this one. I can see it over here. So it means I need to just tweak this a little. Can someone tell me what should I write? So first of all, it should be separated with a comma globally. And then remember the same thing that we did. 0 or more spaces over here. 0 or more spaces over here. If you do that, if you return this row like this, look at that. Look at the output on the right. Control S. Look at that. Do you see that all the spaces are gone after or before the comma? Not between the names, because names space we have not handled that. We have just spaced handled comma and surroundings. How many of you understood this one? After Niels, yes, you guys understand. Now the rows are coming much clearer, but of course, there is in between spaces which I have not handled till now. Anyone having any difficulty, let me know. Wonderful, Udit. You say that you understand that one. Now, I need to do a little tweak over here. What tweak? I would define another array. Why? Because these fields are coming up and I want to collect them into one array. So instead of logging them, can I do that data dot push? Remember, we have talked about today fields. Every field that are coming up, push that fields into one data array. And after that, console.log just data. Look at that. Now it is coming up. All those 4 rows, they are coming in one array. And you know why I'm doing that? You will understand that one. Look at that. First row is this, second row is this, and third row is this. And now this is basically by itself, it has come in one array called data. And why I'm doing that, I'll let you know. But do you guys understand what I'm doing? I have created another data array and it is just doing that one. Now, another structure that I have not discussed, not the for loop. If I want to use for off loop instead of for loop, look at that. If I comment it out and I use for off, how to use that? I would say for let row of rows. Let row of rows, let fields is equal to row to fields, and I pass a row here. And I say data dot push fields. Just push the fields over here. Look at that. It's exactly producing the same output, but with minimum lines of code. Row of rows. Do you understand? Take the collection rows and take one row at a time and pass it on the row to fields, store that in fields and push that fields into an array. I've got an array where I have 4 sub arrays inside that. Udit, did you understand that one? And everyone else? Wonderful. Now I would do another more simpler thing than that one. Let's see how many of you recognize. Even not for off. Forget about for off. There is an easier way to do that. Right now data will be empty. You see, data is empty. There is a much easier way to do that. And for that, I will comment out this data as well. Let data. Why? Because I'm about to show you a magic. let data is equal to, I would write data over here, rows dot map a rows. And you remember I told you it receives a function. I would write a function and row to fields will be returned from here. Pass every row to that one and just run that one. Now this should have blown away some of you. I would like to know how many of you have now blown away. Now clean bold. I'll show you. Look at that. I've just done all that in one line. Netik, do you understand? First of all, I'm asking first Netik. Let data is equal to rows dot map. Take every row, like and one row at a time, pass it to row to fields. It will return a value, return that value, and store that in data. We don't even need to push the data now. I'll stop here and I'll ask everyone, how many of you got understanding of this? Because it's a little bit complex thing, but I want everyone to just, recognize that what is going on. Map function, today we talked about this map function. Udit says yes. Wonderful. Sikkim says yes. And others. Okay, wonderful. So I can see a lot of people are replying to that one. Now we'll see the next requirement. What is the next requirement? Let's see the third requirement. Control C. I'll come here. What is the third requirement? Why not I write it inside that? 3, I'll paste it. Get rid of any extra spaces around the name field. Now I want to get rid of all the spaces which are coming. If I just show you, look at that. In the name, you see that there are certain spaces coming up, which is very bad. Now, how can I remove extra spaces by using, first of all, I'm telling you in general, how can we remove extra spaces by using a general thing? For example, if I say, this is my name, Noman, spaces, Ati. So remember everyone, it's replace. If I write a regular expression and replace it with one space, right? And how can I do that? I will come over here and I'll say, what I'll say, if you find anywhere one or more spaces, convert them into one space. Are you guys getting that one? Now see here. Oh, the place spelling is wrong. Look at that. Can I have a thumbs up from everyone? Noman, spaces. There were so many spaces. So if there are one or more spaces, convert them into one space. Wonderful. If I can do that, now I'm about to start something interesting. If I can do that, why not in this row to fields, I try to accommodate all these changings. So for example, rather than returning it from here, if I say let fields is equal to, I do the fields thing over here and I do that split on with or without white spaces. First of all, the previous step. And now if I say remove extra white space from name. Now, if I have these fields over here, in which value I will find the name? This is fields of 0. This is fields of 1. Do you guys understand that one? What do I mean? I can say the fields of 1, right, equal to fields of 1 dot replace. Look at that, replace. I would write a regular expression, the same regular expression. If you find more than one spaces globally, and do what? Replace it with single space. Are you getting that one? Replace it with single space. If I just do that, and why not return fields from here? Because that would return the fields from here. And does it give me the output, the right output? Look at that. Let's look at that. Look at that. Because I've just returned the fields from here and these fields will be caught over here, and everything will work over here. You see that? Did you guys understand this? Fields of 1 is equal to fields of 1 dot replace. So take the field of 1 and replace it with this spaces. So look at that. Data has gone much cleaner now. Good. Next step is done. Get rid of any extra spaces from the name field. Now, what is the other step? Like the next step to do that. Let's take that one. The next step is using a regular expression, extract the area code from the phone number field. All the phone numbers are in one of two formats. In this format, or rather not two formats, I have three formats. Or maybe this format. What was the other one? Or brackets 555, 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, 6, whatever. So these are the formats. And extract the area code and update. You know, they have not mentioned. Extract the area code from the phone number field and update the field with, not fields, field with that area code only. So I will update the field also with the area code, remember, right? So right now, area code of 599-226, I don't know. Now here I will make use of the same regular expression that I have created. I'll copy this one and see what I'll do. Look at that, and I'll make it bigger. Go back to scripts. Now, which fields has the phone number? 0, 1, 2. So 2 has the phone number. What I'll do a very interesting thing, fields of 2. I'll have to just play with this fields of 2, because you know that once you will play with that one, you will see, and I'll do the capturing group, the same thing that we have done before. So I'll come over here and I'll say, for example, let phone number is equal to fields of 2. You guys understand that one? Let matches is equal to phone number dot match. Now, here I will write my regular expression. Did you guys understand that one? And you know that I have a capture group for first 3 digits. So store the matches. Now, when the matches will be done, if there are any matches, again, truthy value, if there are matches, fields of 2, which I take it already, should be updated with the matches of 1. Did you guys understand this one? Let me run that one and look at that. We just have got, and again, we have got the bracket as well. I would like to take that away, don't worry. But do you see that and why this is bracket? And I'll have to just look into my regular expression maybe. Why this is showing the bracket as well? It should, because you know I have taken that bracket over here. So okay, right now it is just showing the bracket. Yeah, the grouping is that, and I can just check that one, but later on. But do you see that? Do you see that here, Udit? 519-226 and 226 over here. And by the way, we have got so much power over here. I can use a backtick over here, and I can do a lot of wonderful things. So for example, I can say matches, curly bracket matches of 1, and I just write a string after that, dash rest of number, like that. Look at that. Look at that. 519 rest of number, 226 rest of number, because now I've got a power here. I can play with this at all. I can add something after that. And I can say Naman, for example, for no reason. Look at that. 516, 226, and so you can play with that one. You can even do something else. Look at that, what you can do. Look at that. You can, after that, after the curly bracket, what you do? You say dash and then and dash matches of 0 dot slice that one from maybe 5 to 15, for example. Look at that. Let's do that. Let's do that. What will come out, and I'll just adjust that one. So you see what is happening. A dash will come, and for no reason space is coming. And this is the power of our backticks that we can just completely do that. Look at that. 519-23. And again, I've just maybe started from the 4. I'll have to start that. So let's look at that. Look at that. 519-123-456, 226-234-567, and then 226 dash, we'll have to just adjust that our because of that one. So again, it can slice or it can just, do what kind of thing. Make sense, everyone? And we can just, maybe try to make that whatever we want. Right now, we don't want anything. We just want matches of 1 over here. So just leave with that. Does that make sense with it and everyone? So now our fields look very different. Okay, so I'm stopping here. It's almost we are. So there is some other things that we have to do. We have to take out the numbers and we have to do a lot of interesting things. Let's do only one thing over here. Over here, you see that fields of 1 is equal to fields of 1 dot replace. I'll just do that later on. I'm just stopping here and I'll continue from this point onward from next class because we'll just do that. So we have done till step number 4. We have done that 4 steps. Did you guys enjoy this example? And we'll continue with this one next time. I would like to have the feedback from everyone. So it has practically done, practically how to use that regular expression, how to use all those things. It has just, mentioned that one. Okay, so I'm stopping here and I'll first of all make a commit for you guys. It's Feb 13 today. Okay. So let's that is mad. Now we will have our quiz today, as I mentioned before, and I'll stop recording.